Now it's time for Straight on the Point with Jesse T. from some undisclosed location somewhere in the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jesse T.
Well, it's good to be back with you on the air and everywhere in Southern California. From the community to the world, we are here at the Jesse T Show, and it is time for Roundup Wound Up. Roundup Wound Up is happening. Oh, yeah! We rounded them up, and we got the original crew in here, the best crew, the number one crew that knows how to talk to issues, have some fun, and have a great time, and participate with you. And thank you for sharing us out as we're growing every single day of the week. We appreciate that, you sharing, liking, and doing all that kind of stuff, Facebooking and Instagramming and YouTubing and all that. We're everywhere, so you can just check us out. Right now, we're on Facebook.com/Jesse Torrero, and we're also on Instagram Live. We are also on Facebook.com/Michelangelo, as well as the Power of Voices, and YouTube Jesse Torrero. We're kind of adjusting the cameras around a little bit here, and kind of try to get everybody in there, at least a little piece of them here or there, and what have you. There we go. Yeah, all right. You know, you don't have to get too much of me in here. I never get it. I never get anywhere. I never get anything.
I never get any love.
I don't. You know, I need to get some more love. I really do.
Jesse T needs love.
I need some love, baby. I need some Barry White. Some Barry everlasting love.
Here we go.
That's right. Yes. Roundup, wound up today. We got lots of issues. I got the guys in here. The Shark Freilich. Yeah, he's the guy. He's been absent for a little while. He'll be checking in. He's rolling down the freeway like we all end up doing at some point during our time here living in Los Angeles, and it oftentimes is filled full of traffic. But I got Dan the Man right here, the Latin lover, the Road Dog King to my right. Dan, squeeze in here. Scoot over to your right a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
This is the lovable goofball greeting my loyal fans out there. Holy moly.
Dan the Man. Yes, baby. The lover, the Latin lover. Holding down the fort, the pillar of strength. That's right. I call him Mr. Awesome, Mr. Wonderful, the man with the magic tan. We're talking about Michelangelo.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction. Thank you, guys. Good to see you guys. Happy Hump Day and happy Bro Day and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. I'll tell
and Pasta Day, according to you.
It's Pasta Day around the world today, so you have to have some pasta or have somebody make you some pasta. That's always cool. Have a nice spaghetti dinner, some marinara sauce, make a couple of meatballs, some garlic bread, a glass of wine.
You're making me hungry.
Pasta.
That's right. There you go. Nothing like pasta. Nothing like wine. And nothing like a romantic time. You know, we ought to bring a woman in here and do the Roundup Wound Up show with us again. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, we haven't had any female guests. What's up with that, Jesse?
We need to get some.
Come on. Well, we just had three beautiful women just walk out of here just before us.
How come you saw them and I didn't?
Hey, you know, I don't know, man.
Damn.
You were
Wait
late.
a minute.
Oh, there
The
he is.
shark.
Yes, look
There,
who's arrived.
look, oh my goodness gracious.
With a top hat.
He looks like
he
Uncle
classed it up.
He looks
Yeah,
like
classed
Uncle
it up, ladies
Sam.
and gentlemen, look at this.
It's Uncle
With the top
Sam.
hat. Look at this.
Yes.
Shark, welcome back, my brother.
He's back from the
Good
dead.
to be here.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't ever leave me again.
Don't tell me what not to do again, master. Oh, yeah. Holy
Man.
shizzle.
That they talk about making a great entrance.
Wow.
That's
You should
making a
see me
great
exit.
That was an interesting.
I don't know if I want to see you exit.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's good to be here. Love you all. And
That's right. We
God
missed you,
bless
buddy. We missed
America.
you.
Happy Bro Day.
You're in Florida, helping the folks in Florida or Houston, everywhere, and also you're helping your mom, and also you were on a film set. Man, what a busy month.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And time just, you blink and it's gone.
That's right.
Just like that. It happens so fast, that's for sure.
Ain't that the truth?
Man, I remember when I was 25 years old, right? Remember that?
Whoa!
Whoa. This is
We got-
booby
okay,
trap.
We got
this-
Jesse.
this-
Speaking of
control.
He
boobies.
doesn't know
This
his
is what
own
I'm gonna do.
He's
strength.
always,
No.
Jesse, you know, I got to say, you always breaking shit or something ain't working for you. You have the worst touches when it comes to technical stuff. I tell you, you breaks everything in time.
I'm just going to hold it, man. You know,
I've heard that about you.
I've been holding it since I was 9 years old, so what can I tell you?
I was 8 before I was 11.
TMI, brother. TMI. TMI, man.
I was 8 before I was 7.
Oh, God. Here we go. He was 8 before he was 7.
You know, from now on, this is what I'm going to do.
Naughty
I mean, that's
babysitters.
just cool, right? No
Wow,
thing
look
in
at
my
that.
face here.
You know what I'm trying to figure out? Is
Well, take the cord off and get that thing out of the way that's blocking my face.
He's the only one wearing the headphones. Why can't we get
Put it
headphones?
back on there.
Well,
Put it
we're
back
not
on, bro.
working the headphones.
There you go. No, we're right there, right there. Right there. That's
Oh,
good.
my God.
There you go. There's that beautiful face. And there's Dan right there.
That's right,
Yes,
Danny,
okay.
man.
But remember, we're always on the master camera right there. Dan,
right.
you better move over closer to me now. So
Oh.
we'll get you on that camera over there. There we go. All right. Hey, Roundup, Wound Up. We got lots of things to talk about, and I got something to throw out at you guys right now. I had an experience, and I'm going to share it with you a little bit here. I went to El Pollo Loco, and I had to use the restroom, right?
Okay.
And so I went to the restroom, and there was like one restroom. It was a brand new El Pollo Loco, just one restroom. You know, most Pollo Locos have 2 restrooms.
Like a man and a
A
woman?
woman, but this was a one restroom.
A tranny.
A 3-timer in there. So I went to the restroom and I said, it's not working out for me. So I go back and I asked the manager. I said, I got to use the restroom. Where's the restroom? It's around the corner. I said, no, there's only one restroom. He said, no, we only have one restroom now. That's the way things were being built. I said, yeah, but you know, the problem is I'm a guy, and that's a guy and girls restroom, and why should I have to change my life because somebody doesn't figure out what sex they are?
Question. Was there a sit-down toilet and a urinal in there?
No, just a sit-down toilet, so I didn't know whether to stand up and pee in the toilet or sit down and pee in the toilet.
You gotta go, you'll figure it out. Jesus. What's the big deal?
Well, the big deal is why should I change my life?
You don't have to change. Just lock the door behind you.
Well, you know,
But this whole transgender society.
I don't think it's about
insane.
transgender. It's just that they don't have enough money for 2 traps, 2 this, 2 that, 2 that. So if you go in there, it's like Trader Joe's now is ambidextrous or whatever it's called. You can go in.
Ambidextrous,
I'm just saying they have both
Right.
the same, yours, his, theirs, whatever. But I'm saying as long as you lock the door behind you and no one else can come in and look over your shoulder and see what you're holding or not, then
Well, that's fine, but the whole thought of me having to change my normal way of living for
Oh, my
57
God, here
years
we
on the
go.
planet Earth for somebody else that's a small part of our society, well, how come they get the love, but all of us don't? What makes them so special? Figure out what sex you are.
I'm ambidextrous.
Well, just
so you can use either hand.
If you switch hands, you gain a stroke.
No, Jesse, let me ask you this. Did you purchase something on Pollo Loco before you tried to use that restroom? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Ah.
He trying to go to Pollo Loco out of bounds, ain't buying nothing, and complaining about the restroom. Ain't this something?
Hey, man, I can't help but being me, Jesse T. What can I tell you?
All you gotta do is shoot
buy.
straight.
But now I don't even know whether I should open the door for a woman or not open the door for a woman because I don't even know if she's a woman or if he's a he or he's a she or he's a he she. I mean, once again, I come back to the basic idea: why should Americans be changing their lives for such a small part of society that can't figure out what sex they are? The DNA, no matter what they do to the outside, they're still going to be a boy or a girl. They're not going to change it. Why should I have to change for her or it or him? Or them, or
Well, they're people too, you know. Whatever sexual.
yeah, but they force it down my throat. It's
well.
on TV, it's in the commercials, it's in the magazines, it's everywhere. Turn your TV off.
It's getting overwhelming.
You
I
know
have a
what they say,
confession to make.
Yes.
I got trapped in one of those situations. Well, I'm not a gender bender. In fact, I'm so straight, I'm far out. But I had to use the restroom, and this dude was fouling up the men's room, so the only thing available was a women's room. So I asked the waitress to stand by there, make sure no one was in there, and then I went in there, and actually my heart was racing. And what happened was that I got a twitch, but it was only in my eye. But I had to tell the girl, "Hi, I'm Monique, and I identify as a woman." So that's why they let me use the women's room. And then I told the waitress, I go, "It's Monique to you."
You see, we're confused, ladies and gentlemen. That's the problem. They're shoving it down our throats as Americans, and I just think there's something wrong with that. Why should the rest of the country change for them? Why? I don't think that should be. They should just live
They're
their
less
lives.
than, what, 3% maybe?
Yeah, they should just live their lives. If they want to live their lives the way they're living their lives, they can. I don't really care. But why make me make adjustments for you and with a simple thing like using a restroom?
Can I say something? And blacklist me further in this town? It's because of the Ellen DeGenereses, the Oprah Winfreys, the so-and-sos, the Jimmy Kimmels, and I'm just not saying it should be or it shouldn't be. It is what it is because of the special interest groups, the lobbyists, and all the hype and music videos. And look at the situation now with the sex of finally, you know, what is it, 30-plus count on Harvey Weinstein, and now everybody and their uncle is coming out about every athlete, every actor, every musician, every politician. The latest one I saw was one on George Bush.
Oh, yeah, the old man. He would touch somebody's butt. I mean, where does it stop?
I'm just saying, it's
oh,
finally
touch
being
you in the
revealed,
shoulder?
but what was the catalyst, that first little spark before you lit the match that made everyone go, oh, I've got it. Why didn't they come out before now?
Like for Corey Feldman. They never came out for him 25 years ago.
No.
Barbara Walters, all she did was insult the guy on stage on the Barbara Walters show.
I've been fondled by gay theatrical actors, and I about put their fist down, my fist down their throat, and knocked their teeth out. And I warned them once. I say, don't ever do that again if you ever want to walk normal and talk right.
But if they weren't gay theatrical actors, it would be okay to fondle you, right?
Of course.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No.
I almost got squirreled once.
You guys.
Have you ever swung on that side of the fence?
Listen, man. Listen. First of all, I have family members that are gay.
Okay.
I have friends that are gay.
I'm a big gay advocate. I love the gay community. I love the gay people. They're just people too, man. You know, they just because they like something else in the bedroom, or they're confused about, or not even confused, because most of them, you know, actually they feel themselves when they are themselves, rather than being what the society wants them to be, which is a very struggle. What I'm saying is, you know, society says, hey, you're a boy, therefore, you know, why are you trying to be a woman? Or why do you want to be a woman? Why do you want to look like a woman? And so on and so forth. Because inside of themselves, that's where they feel comfortable. They feel they don't feel right in whatever gender that they were.
I don't have a problem with that either. But don't tell me I have to.
Hold on. Well, no one's telling anyone.
Yeah, they are.
What they're saying is, hey, these are people too. Show them the same respect that everybody else gets, and you know, be done with it. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. That's fine. Everybody has their thing.
But they're not respecting the heterosexuals. They're saying you have to homogenize whatever your beliefs were with the Bible, with your upbringing, with your peers, with your parents, with your so-and-so. And now it's like there's three of us, male, female, and other.
So, you know, that's the real issue is what I'm talking about. It's not so much if somebody wants to live a lifestyle that they want to live.
I got no problem with that.
I got no problem with that. Never had a problem with that. The problem I do have, like if it was a black guy, a white guy, an Asian guy, a brown guy, a green guy, and he was imposing himself, his agenda on somebody that's not his color, I'm the guy that steps in and says, what are you doing? You can't impose your agenda on me just because you're black and that guy's white or brown. No. That's not right. No, he has his rights to do that. But that imposition that person makes. So whether it's race or gender or this idea of what am I, that shouldn't be imposed upon anybody. And if you look at how media has changed in the last 40 years, it's being imposed on everybody. It's being imposed on young children, even in school.
I don't agree that it's been imposed. I think it's just people are coming out more and shedding light on these particular individuals that live this lifestyle, and that's all that there is to it. And they feel that, like, again, hey, why do we have to be outcast because we're a different gender, or we want to be a different gender, or whatever the case may be. I mean, put yourself in those shoes for a minute. Look at the struggle that person, each individual, has probably gone through since they were children and were confused, and the parents didn't understand, or they got ousted, or they got teased in school, and they got beat up, and so on and so forth. You're talking about a real struggle within a human being, and I don't think it's right that, you know, those human beings that are weakest like that and still brave enough to try to be themselves or live the life that they're comfortable with, is to be commended and praised, not like, oh, you're forcing yourself. No, if you don't like it, don't look. If you don't like them, don't talk to them.
Right.
If you don't like them, don't invite them to your table.
Nice.
But the
I mean, it's real
politicians,
simple.
the politicians, the media, and they're forcing this agenda
Because
on the
it's
rest
a new
of
thing.
America.
Because it's a new thing.
You know why? Because
It's a
you're in
new
California.
thing, and it's just like
or New
anything else.
York.
It's a new thing, man. You know, one
you
week
think-
it's the Mexicans,
do
next
you
week
think-
it's the African Americans. Now it's the transgenders. What's gonna be next?
Well, let me
It's gonna
ask you
be-
this question, guys.
It's always gonna be
Do
something.
you think that you are born with born gay or born homosexual? Born
Absolutely, I
thinking
believe that.
That you're a boy or a girl, either way,
Yes.
or do you think it's learned
No, both.
By
Actually,
behavior.
both.
and reinforced?
In some cases, both.
What do you mean both?
Both is some
Percentage-wise.
children are born even at an early age. I've seen it. I've seen like 5, 6-year-olds, boys, dress up as girls. They starting with the feminine, what do you call it?
Feminine.
Yeah, they get feminine or whatever, and they're boys. And you see, wow, in the next 10 years, this kid is obviously going to be either gay or he's going to be transgender, or whatever. So there's a lot of them who are born like that and born confused at a very young age, and then some transform
Let's say
later in life.
on the heels of that you're borderline on the fence and you start wearing lipstick and chicks' clothes or bras and you're a dude or this and that, are you tempted further by society to go, oh, well, they did it, why can't I? And I want to ask you too, what do you think the percentage is of both that Michelangelo said?
I think the problem is a lot of times the parents, when they start acting like that, dressing up in feminine clothes and stuff, and they think, oh, it's so cute. My Eddie is so cute dressing up as a girl.
And little Robert wants to be, Wonder Woman for Halloween.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Let me
it
add
happens,
something else.
Man. It happens. I've seen it happen. I've witnessed it.
I
It's
did a
like, wow.
report on this, and I agree with you to a degree because there's a factor involved, and it's called statistics. And they said that 36% of all babies born of a certain sex identify with the other one at some certain earlier age than it's introduced to them through society or TV or a magazine or their uncle or whatever show. And the other 64% were sucked into it somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'll say this. Everybody has a right to express themselves and live their life the way they want to live it, as long as they don't impose themselves upon somebody else in any fashionable way that's negative. If they live a positive and successful life and become a part of society, that's fine. But my biggest problem here is not so much the individual. My biggest issue is how it is being coordinated and targeted to a mass population in America, because that's where I live, that it's okay to be this or okay to be that. That you have to do this or you have to do that. You have to change the laws for them. You have to you have to be the have to be's is what's bothering me. It's always been that. I mean, in Roman times, and in Sparta, in Greek times, men and boys got together all the time, and so did women. But since the Catholic Church came on board after Rome fell, that's when it changed. In that respect, I mean, in terms of the guilt
That's
conscience.
a whole new can of
But
worms.
that's a whole new can of worms.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that the imposition that I have to change my life now for them. It's like I don't want to go to that Burger King because I know the Crips and the Bloods and the MA and MS-13 or El Norte or the Mexican Mafia or Armenian Mafia is hanging out there, and I don't want to get shot. They're making me change my life. And this is government imposed, not privately imposed.
Well, there you go.
I do not deny my feminine side because I was born of a man and a woman. So I tried to get in touch with my feminine side, but all it got me was a yeast infection.
What kind of lotion did you use?
Motion lotion.
Man, be careful what you ask for, because now the Democrats are getting egg in their face for this whole Russian ordeal.
Every friggin' thing they're trying to shove down the other throat's coming back and biting them in the ass.
This is the Obama and Clinton Foundation.
Yep.
They are starting to get targeted, and right now there's a whistleblower that the FBI is holding incognito right now, so that they can clear all of the NDAs, all the NDAs he had to sign, the disclosure statements when he worked for this company, worked for them. They're clearing all that, and he's a whistleblower, and he's naming names.
He ain't gonna make it to court, bro.
Well, no, there's enough people around him now.
They've had so many people in that position that were going to testify against.
It's all coming back.
Yeah,
it's all coming back in their face. I mean.
Well, I mean, are you surprised?
What is this?
I mean, you're talking about it like, ooh, wow, this is surprising.
Well,
I mean, it was just a matter of time. So here it is. Here we are. Here it is. Here we are.
And so what does that cause the American people? More grief on who they trust and don't trust.
Shit. Well, you
so
already
how,
know. You know where I stand.
Here's the question. How do we get the trust back in our government for the American people? How do we functionally start that? How do we do that? Dan and Matt.
Getting rid of fake news. And in regards to the uranium scandal, Hillary was sitting on a gold mine because they contributed all this money to their investment program.
I mean, how can you give away 20% of your uranium?
You don't give it away. You sell it for $146 million.
And then it can't be found anywhere in the world.
Oh, my God. Why did the national debt double?
2.3 trillion before they dropped the World Trade Tower.
No, why did the national debt double?
I wonder why. How did that possibly happen?
What do you
think? Puerto Rico get any of that money under the Obama administration?
Not a damn dime.
Not a damn dime.
They built 6 houses.
But yet they'll complain about Trump.
Yeah, they built 6 houses worldwide.
Yeah.
For $8 billion or whatever.
Do they got places
what
in
about
Morocco?
Haiti? What about Haiti? What about Haiti and the hurricane that decimated Haiti? That was the Clinton Foundation. Whole thing. They didn't receive one penny.
And you didn't see any of them, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, the Hillary Foundation, or none of the big ones that are barking, contribute a dime to the Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Irma, Hurricane.
Guys like Michelangelo.
I was down there in it.
And guys like you, Michelangelo, he was part of the whole Puerto Rican push here in Hollywood while you were down there raising money, doing.
Congratulations. I love you. And there needs to be more of us out there. But
and you're in Florida.
We got our hands tied.
Pick up trash and tear down houses.
If they'd have given us.
And Jesse, we discussed this before. I mean, that's what it takes. It takes us, the individuals, to just basically. Don't rely on government. Don't rely on your local agencies. I mean, they're not really out there to help you in the long run. They got themselves to look out for, and they're not looking out for the little people.
So how do we get trust back in the country, Michael?
We have to, listen, we have to unite. Bottom line, every race, every religion, every human being on this damn planet just needs to unite. I know it's a,
Yeah, but who's going to take the first bullet, right?
Hey.
I'd be a martyr.
Because that's essentially, if you do that, that's what you're talking about. You're talking about a complete upheaval of our society the way it is. I think the first thing is getting real term limits. Real term limits.
I was getting ready to say, flush who's in there now, vet everybody, not people coming from other countries, but people that are here that are running for office to see what kind of scandal that the Wieners and the so-and-so and everybody that's been caught with their hand in the cookie jar, pedophile, pervert, a scalper, an embezzler, offshore oil deal and, stuff like that, expose it all. They got the information on WikiLeaks.
Yeah.
Let's find out who's really for the country and for this one last freestanding nation, because if it falls into the wrong hands in 2 elections, it'll be irreversible.
So I'm all for term limits, real term limits.
Congress.
4 years for Congress, that's it. You're gone. You can't come back.
How many people have been in there for 25, 30 years?
12 years in the Senate because it's 6-year terms. 2 times. Boom, you're gone. You can't come back.
Question. How did someone on a government payroll making $200,000 a year afford a $6 million house?
Barbara Water for Brains, our Maxine Water for Brains here in Los Angeles will tell you that.
There you go. How?
$4 million.
How?
She just got popped for 3 things.
How do you do it?
No, I don't know. Michael, do you know how to do that?
Well, I mean,
I
I didn't
wanna
go to
learn.
Harvard.
Yeah.
You know,
That's right.
most of these guys are, you know, they're Harvard alumni. You know, they're alumni from the largest law schools in the country. I mean,
Yale,
that's all
Princeton.
handed down.
You
man.
said
That's
it right
all,
there.
That's all connection. That's all handed down. I mean,
Get rid of the lawyers, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Get rid of the lawyers.
Those are the biggest. Those are the biggest sharks,
I'm not
man.
here.
The lawyers and the banks,
Yeah, they
man. They'll kill you, and they'll kill you. You know, that's the term pen to paper or
Yeah.
whatever. The pen is mightier than the sword.
Yes, yeah.
That's exactly what it fucking means. It means that fucking pen. They put that shit on paper, and guess what? They can fucking change fucking people's lives, hundreds of millions of people's lives, just by putting pen to paper.
And not even know who the people they're changing.
They've been doing it for years
Oh,
and
yeah.
years.
That's
yeah.
the thing. They don't. The repercussions
Yeah.
of what they sign is never really realized in person.
No, it's all a
Of what they
commercial.
did.
It's just a commercial transaction.
I want to add a little quote unquote here. Like, I got a buddy that's been married for 17 years, happily, until several months ago when his wife said, I don't love you anymore, I'm leaving. And in the state of California, and it's different for every 57 states. That's how many states are in America, right?
No.
Isn't that what Obama said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
50.
There's
Yeah.
48 lowers and 2 extras.
But I'm just saying.
Damn, 57.
And I think we should make
That's the
Puerto
least-
Rico.
Oh, here you
51.
go. I don't know.
But what I'm saying is the lawyers
State.
make probably almost half, if not a third, and you pay them to delegate, negotiate child custody, who's getting the house, the car, the stocks, the 401ks, the this, the that. It's ridiculous because the attorneys, they don't get dirty, they don't get sweaty. They review the law and they find some little, oh, well, it's like your Miranda right.
Yeah.
If you don't say that when you get pulled over, oh, I
Well,
got
let
to
me
get
give
out
you
of jail free
I'll give you a
card.
real-time example of that. You know, Equifax. Remember when Equifax
Oh, yeah.
had that big 140
4 or 5
million
months ago.
leak of people's data? 145 million people.
Half the country almost.
You could sue Equifax for damage that was being done to you by the leak. But now today, the Senate
Zip.
just signed a bill
You can't.
that said
Can't
you
do it.
can't sue Equifax, you can't sue the banks for their problems, and they're all attorneys
Yeah.
working for the banks,
Yeah.
paid off by the conglomerates,
Exactly.
and they say, and
Wall
you know,
Street.
Exactly.
and you know, the Congress is going to sign it.
It's the
and-
good old club.
and
It's the
Trump
good
is
old
gonna
boys
sign
club.
it too.
It's the good old boys club.
They're
man. Come
all
on.
going to sign it.
Of course they're going to sign
They're
it.
all
It's the
gonna
good
sign
old
it.
boys club.
That's right.
Or
They
find
all
out
have
the
interest in
few that
stuff,
don't.
man. Come on.
Vote for them.
So I mean that's a real-time example of what we just talked about today.
it sure is.
So what do we do? Do we go and burn the houses down? I mean, what do
Hey,
we do
you
as
know,
as a country?
Shit, you know, hey, what happens in countries when they get overthrown? That's exactly what they fucking do. They
Look
go
at
after
Venezuela.
They go after,
Look at the
you know,
French Revolution.
Oh.
You know, the funny thing is, I was having,
Italy.
I was in a zone, right? I was being medicated. I was medicating myself. Well,
With?
I got medicated. I got medicated.
Did you get medicated?
With?
man?
I did medicate myself.
Oh,
today.
okay.
You get a
Is that
pharmaceutical.
why, is that why you're smiling
I'm
so
smiling
much?
like a motherfucker. I'm medicated.
Ah.
Are you saying you got to get medicated before you come in here?
No.
Yo, I love
sometimes I do. Do with you guys. Yeah, I got to get a little medicated. But anyway, I was in the car and I'm driving around 405. You know, typical 405 traffic, bumper to bumper.
Right.
Blah, blah. You got nothing but time to think. So you know, I'm thinking. I'm like, wow, what would happen if just the whole country, and well, aside from corporate and the government and so on and so forth, if we just protested. And I'm not talking about getting crazy, pulling out guns, blowing shit up, and all that other crazy.
Stop the
If
405.
If everybody that really wanted to protest took one day out of their lives to just come out in the morning at, let's say, 6 o'clock in the morning, everybody just step outside of their front door and just stand there.
There was a great movie called Network and Albert Finney was the lead actor in there. Great actor, and it was about a anchor who kind of went a little bonkers and got fed up with a lot of the things we're fed up with. And he went on his national TV news channel like CBS or NBC. That's how it was set up. And he said he started becoming like these long monologues about this kind of stuff. And what he said is, I'm tired of this, and I'm not going to take it anymore. And he had all the country, 20 million viewers, standing up in their apartments yelling, "We're tired of this, and we're not going to take it anymore."
Sure.
So it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, man.
But,
I
you
mean,
know-
and you don't even have to say anything. If you just, everybody in the country, one day, just come out, step out of your front door, 6 o'clock in the morning, and that is your silent protest. And let's see how many people in this country.
And don't
will
block the
actually do
freeways.
that. No block, no freeway. You ain't gotta get
Okay.
crazy. You ain't gotta run around. Just step out your house at 6 o'clock in the morning, wherever you
That
may
ain't gonna
live,
happen.
and show and let's take the numbers.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not taking it
That's
anymore.
the line. I'm mad as hell and not taking
That's a
it.
simple
not
protest. That's
gonna
a simple,
take it.
quiet,
We're not
peaceful
gonna
protest.
take it.
And
We're not gonna take it anymore. Da-da-da-da.
We're not gonna
What is
take
going
it.
on? I think
We're
you guys
not
are medicated.
gonna take it.
Maybe we should be.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
I started a new dance craze,
Right.
and it's really becoming popular all over the country.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we
Uh-oh,
go.
here we go.
Here
Here it
goes
is.
Dan the Man. He's about to do
Wait a
a
minute,
dance,
wait a
ladies
minute.
and
It's the
gentlemen.
Dan the Man dance craze.
On your mark.
It's called Do the Fire Hydrant.
Do I? Why are you calling that? Is it like a dog peeing on the
Yes.
fire? Okay,
yes,
I
do
got
the
you.
Fire hydrant.
Dan the
Hey,
Man.
Fats Domino
That's
died
Dan the Man
today.
for you, ladies
89
and
years
gentlemen.
old.
I
Fats Domino.
found
And
my
Weird Al
thrill
Yankovic had a birthday yesterday.
on Blueberry Hill.
But he's still a good
I found
guy.
my
I like him.
thrill
On Blueberry Hill.
Look
He
at
was not on the level if he made love on Blueberry Hill.
Can I put a request out to all you listeners for my boy?
Shut up.
Going through a little hard times right now and some difficulties on the anniversary of his son's death. It's one of my boys from CBS, Young and the Restless. His name is Christoph St. John, and he's struggling with it right now. So I want to lift him up and send him love and hope and strength. Love you, man. You're a brother to me. I've always been there for you. You've been there for me, and just want to say, pull through it, man. Don't do the wrong thing, and that you are loved beyond imagine, and people look up to you big time.
And prayers
Amen.
up, too, to his ex-wife, Mia St. John. That was her child, too.
Wow.
Amen.
And
Amen.
Julian, the one that passed away.
Amen.
Hey, being on Young and the Restless, you were there for almost 10 years, right?
8.
8 years. Now, I was on Young and Restless before you for 3 years because you were there, what, 88, 89, 90?
98,
Young and
06.
Restless
Okay.
alumni we
I
got
was
going
there.
on.
I was there from 85.
Hung in the useless.
Yes, right.
I'm gonna use it.
Right, exactly. 85 to 88.
Hey, that was I love one of the soaps I loved was Young and the Restless.
Yeah,
I watched that damn thing for years. I swear to God,
Well,
I
you,
was.
you saw me. I was trying to always score the little candy girl, one of the lead actresses. I was Larry the orderly.
And whenever I watched it, I
But-
had to lather up with soap.
Smokeless soap?
Yes, but
Ivory.
Let me ask you a question about being on a daytime soap opera every day for that long.
Wasn't
5
every day,
days-
but yeah.
Well, 3 days a week at
Yeah.
least, right?
I had a 2-show guarantee.
Okay, 2-show guarantee. But you were there for a long period of time.
Amazing.
And the run was great. How do you go through that every day, going to a job like that and getting your lines, your script the night before? Then they come in the morning at 4 o'clock. You check in, go through makeup, get all, and then the writer comes in and says your whole scene's changed.
Yeah, forget these. Here's the blue pages.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, you have to know your onions and be on top of it. But it's not just learning your lines. I would get an average, let's say 22, 24 pages a night. And let's say you're in 4 or 5 different scenes on 2 different stages.
Right.
So you show up at 7 a.m., go through blocking, hair, makeup, wardrobe, and then at 8:05 you start shooting. And you could be the first 2-3 scenes up and then not be up until the end of the second stage, which is 5, 6, 7, 8 at night.
Yeah.
And then, okay, here's another 60-page script for tomorrow. So by the time you drive home for an hour and a half and then back in the morning an hour and a half, sometimes I would sleep in the dressing room and learn my lines there and be ready to go and hit the commissary in the morning for breakfast. Or one of the best restaurants is an old Jewish deli called Cantor's on Fairfax.
This is down the street.
My God.
Right.
They know me by name. I walk in there, I sit down, they if I'm there for breakfast, they bring me my breakfast. If not, it's a dedicated fresser. You ever had that?
No.
Half pastrami, half
it's
corned
so-
beef
man,
with
it's
the
so good.
spicy mustard and bagel chips and hot mustard. They got mustard there called Beaver.
I love beaver mustard.
God, I love Beaver, period.
You know?
Oh, you're nasty. Oh, you're nasty.
Guys, I want to take us there for lunch on one Wednesday. They got split pea soup.
Oh, the great split peas. soup,
Only
too.
on Wednesday.
Got big peas.
Oh,
Big peas. Yeah.
but I'll
big
I'll
peas.
treat us
Like-
there.
like
You let
the-
me know when
like-
we're all available.
You sure gonna treat us? You sure? Because Jesse T has been promising a treat, and we ain't got
Well,
one yet.
because the whole
I'm not
crew-
Jesse T.
the
I
crew-
think he's waiting for Christmas.
No, the whole crew is here. I'm not gonna piecemeal it together.
I want some of those medicated.
Soup and a sandwich.
I want some of
Soup and
the.
a sandwich.
I want some medicated cookies or brownies that you're on.
Oh, just come to my party on Saturday. There'll be plenty of medication.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. That's right.
That's right.
Las Vegas, man.
Oh, here we go.
Las Vegas.
Here in L.A.
Las Vegas.
Dun, dun,
Thanks to
dun.
Michelangelo.
Las Vegas.
Conspiracy.
The cat's brother, living in L.A., just got popped for porn, child porn, this morning. LAPD pulled him in.
Oh,
The middle brother, not the young one that was talking in Florida. And I went to school with
So
the young
now-
one talking
okay,
in
so
Florida.
what's the connection?
Now, the hard drive on
Hey,
Paddock's
watch your language.
computer, the hard drive is gone out of the
Yeah,
computer, out of the laptop. Mysterious.
But the laptop's there.
Yeah, but the hard drive's gone.
Someone must have accidentally.
Could have been extraterrestrials, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe aliens?
Dude,
who
they
could
still
be
can't get their
doing-
story straight on Vegas timeline.
But-
and
but
people drop
Friday,
dead all over the place. So
53 years later, Friday, JFK, all the papers are going to be released in 2 days. About
is that right?
30,000 more pages released. than
who
this
wanted to
last-
push it another
Oh,
25
I mean,
years?
Who's releasing this? Who's
Trump, he signed the order already.
Who wanted to push it another
yeah?
25 years to where they wouldn't find out?
Yes, uh-huh.
So, like, none of the millennials would ever know who
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy is.
Yeah, uh-huh. That's right.
Except for the ignitions on a monogram towel at the Hilton.
and
JFK,
Arlington National
what is that?
Cemetery where the the
Yeah,
flame is.
and probably half the corporates that were involved are going to be dead already.
There you go. There you go.
Go ahead, Dan.
Like,
I myself drive a pervertible. The top stays up while the driver goes down. Round, round, get around.
I get around, yeah, get around. Woo, I get around. She gets around on the town.
That was a drop the mic right there.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. That
top
was on.
stays up
That was
on
on.
the-
Why are you messing with my mic for?
Because you guys were loud.
Oh,
okay.
you guys are good,
I'm
man.
telling you. Absolutely. Okay, entertainment. Wienerstein and Two Jack. You know, Two Jack. Toback. Two Jack just got in trouble. The guy.
Tupac or
yeah.
Tupac?
No, Two Jack. his actual name is Tubac.
Toback.
Toback. He's a great director. Another one to fall. And he's in trouble.
What's his allegation? What's the allegation? Well,
He had a
allegation-
group grope, I heard.
He had a group grope.
So you know, what's going on with Hollywood? Where do you guys think this is all going to end up?
Here's where all the freaks are at, man.
Where's it all going to end up, though? Is it going to clean the industry up at all, or the young freaks going to replace the old freaks?
Rick James said it all. Super, super freak.
Super freak.
So you think that that it's just going to continue going on? They're going to sweep this
It's
all under the
always going
covers.
to go on, Jesse T. It's been going on since the beginning of time. It ain't never going to stop.
What if that was your daughter, though?
I mean, you know, hey,
And your daughter
I wouldn't
said-
like it,
and
but
came
I
home
mean,
and
it
said,
goes
"Dad?"
on. It goes on, Jesse.
Guess
I
what
mean,
happened?
you know, it's been going on since the beginning of time. You say, when is it going to end? It's never going to end. So as long as there's society and as long as there are a bunch of freaks out there, it's never going to stop. It's
What'd you
just
call
how
me?
it is.
I think it'll stop if we start really giving some hard sentences and hard laws.
Man, that doesn't change anybody. That's not going to change anything. I mean,
I
the
think
people
it
who've
will.
been
I'm
busted
I'm talking
are
about
gonna get
life
busted.
sentences.
And
Corey
then-
Feldman, the people that abused him when he was 5, 6, 7 years old.
I mean, you know, it's a cold thing.
These are
man. I mean,
pedophiles.
it's a cold thing, and you know, I guess he should be compensated for that. I mean, I totally agree for that. He should go for the pocket.
But then,
He should get these people to just break him off.
But then how
something
many
sweet.
women and men are going to come on and say, "Oh, he touched me"?
Well,
Abuse,
that's what's going to
abuse.
happen. Exactly.
Is that
It's
what
gonna
happened
be-
with George
that's
W.
exactly what's
Bush?
gonna happen.
George H. Bush?
It's gonna be to the point where you can't even say, "Hey, you look good," or "Oh, hi, honey," or "Hi, baby," or "You look." "Oh, he called me honey." "Oh, he called me baby." "Oh, he grazed up against my." I mean, where is it gonna?
He put his arm around me in a picture.
I mean, did you know? Did you know, Jesse? Did you know? Did you know? I don't know if you're aware of this, but you could actually be a registered sex offender for touching a girl. It could be your own girlfriend. It could be your own wife.
I'll
It could be your own wife. Your wife, in the middle of having sex, can say, "You know what, baby, I don't want it anymore." And you'd be like, "No, let me get mine. Let me finish."
Right.
And if she could say, "Hey, I told you, no, stop."
She has a little cell phone.
And here is your
going.
own wife.
Right.
Can claim
Well, look,
rape
if
or
you go out and
something.
take a whiz
I mean, where's
around
it
the
gonna
tree
end?
bush and the police come by, you could be registered sex offender.
Exactly.
Without even a girl involved. By
Exactly.
yourself.
Exactly.
You're
In the
leaving
middle-
yourself
Dude, I've
on
heard
a
all
tree.
the stories, man. I've
You're
heard all the stories.
perverted, whatever.
It's
You got to
crazy.
register
And
with
then
whatever that
the
list
worst
is.
The worst thing is that they put everybody under the same umbrella. So you figure anybody who's on this registry, that's made out public to the, everybody assumes everybody's a child molester. That is not the case.
Go ahead, Dan.
It's a very small number.
I plead temporary insanity. I was crazy about her.
Well, the witch hunts back in the Pilgrims' time in
Yeah.
Massachusetts,
Sure.
there were actually no witches. There was one girl who was upset at her little town, and she actually pointed out her enemies and said that they were witches, and they burned them at the stake.
Yeah.
Who are these?
This is where the concept witch hunt
Right.
came from, the cliche. So do you think that this could possibly turn into just a giant witch hunt after some of these rat bastards that really did stuff go down and have to pay the price? Do you think that this thing could turn into a witch hunt?
They're all singing like Balachi now.
Yeah.
Who are these massive two tits
you
you're
know,
talking
this
about?
This thing is going to be, it's getting so complicated and
Two
so out
shits,
of
sorry.
control that I think people are just going to miss the point. And again, it's one of those things where another distraction has all of a sudden arisen, and it just happens to be in the whole Hollywood industry. So everybody's on their P's and Q's. No one wants to say anything that's even remotely disrespectful or
But now everyone is.
aggressive or in sexual nature. I mean,
Michael Moore was just accused of
Yeah.
sexual harassment by 4 underage girls.
And 3 goats.
Oh, and 2 pigs.
Yep.
Well, listen,
And a partridge on a
that's
pear
where I
tree.
draw the line. Anything having to do with children, I draw the line there.
These are
And-
underage girls.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Any,
That
any
feed went
anything
off.
anything having to do with
Our screen went
anything
off.
having to do with
Late.
anything
okay.
anything having to do with the with children is just very upsetting to me because I have a child as well, and I wouldn't want my child to be molested or anything of that nature.
Nobody does.
And and it has long-term effects. It really does because I have a lot of people and a lot of experience with that sort of thing, and I know that And again, back in the day, when I was growing up, it was very common, but it was never spoken about.
James Toback.
So-
James Toback, the great director James Toback. 38 people have come forward and said that he had harassment charges or they harassed them sexually.
When I was a girl, I was going to fill out the same paperwork, but I was too late to sign the form.
When did you go through the sex change?
I haven't yet. I'm still waiting in line. But
So you still dangling?
Brucey Jenner beat me to it.
Oh, that Brucey.
God.
Oh, damn it.
What's crazy about him is he won Woman of the Year, and he has breasts and a penis and testicles. How do you do that? I want to learn.
Did you hear about?
I
want to
learn
the
this.
one that's coming out in Playboy?
Yeah, the one in Playboy.
Is that
Playboy.
yeah.
No, that's a new one.
Okay.
She's got a penis and testicles.
That's my
breasts.
girl.
Well, yeah.
I can't wait to do the centerfold on that.
Hey.
That's a dangling participle.
How do you win Woman
Look
of the
at-
Year?
Be careful, Jesse,
let me tell
because
you.
you might wind up in West Hollywood somewhere, and you don't want the chance at the community coming after you.
Dude.
So choose your words carefully.
Let me tell you, this is why I'm training hard.
There is
for-
the gay mafia,
I know that.
There's the gay mafia.
Yes, and I'm training hard to run really fast and far. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why. So I can run away real quick. But look,
Yeah, because you stay there and fight. It's a matter of time before you go down,
you-
and then
you
next
can't
thing you
fight
know,
everybody.
no.
no. The
You
best
know
thing
who
to
I'd
do
like
is
to
run.
fight though?
You hear this?
Marshall
Somebody wants to
Mathers.
fight me.
Oh, Marsha Mathers? Oh, okay.
That son of a bitch.
I'd like to fight Wienerstein, the monster. I'd like to grab his big
Or
hairy-
Marilyn Manson. I'd
Why
love
you
to
using your
fuck
gay
her
voice,
up.
Jesse?
Because I don't know.
All of a sudden you got into a gay voice.
Because
What's going on, man? You all
because
right?
you're starting to look pretty good to me.
Well, I get that all the time. Thank
Yes,
you.
okay, thank you.
And I'll give me $1.
Right, all right. I can do lots of voices. I got to get only $1? Jeez.
Hey, $1
You're
dance,
cheap,
man.
man. I
$1
like
lap
that.
dance,
You're
bro.
cheaper than me.
I am.
Let's
bro.
make it rain in here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Hey, I'm raising funds,
raining,
man.
man.
I'm in.
It's
Hey,
raining,
I'm in
man.
I'll
fundraising
throw a couple
mode.
dollars at that.
Fundraising mode,
All
man.
right, so the cats are on the border. MSNBC is out there to do a big story of immigration and the walls that they've got up there for show. You know, they're trying to pick which Trump wall to go. And MSNBC is interviewing a Border Patrol captain, an agent there, and in the background, the 3 illegal aliens, 3 Mexicans jumped the fence, the existing fence, right on live TV, MSNBC, and they're there to talk about why the walls shouldn't be there, why the walls are no good,
No, it shouldn't.
why all that stuff, right? And so these guys jumped the fence right in front of MSNBC. Now, is that
perfect.
apropos or what? Could you ask for
It's called
something
destiny, baby.
It's crazy, man. This is nonsense, man. I mean, the fact that people telling other people, you know, the fact that some,
I'm telling
the
you.
fact that people, you know how I look at it. You know how.
Do you
I,
think that maybe Hannity
Quick,
was on?
run now.
You know how I
no,
look
wait,
at
wait,
it.
wait. Do you think that maybe
They're
Hannity,
blinded by the
Hannity
light.
was on the other side of the Mexican border and he was helping the guys over the fence?
Hurry,
right
hurry.
there?
Quickly.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know. I'm gonna break it down, man. I don't think any man has the right to tell another man where he can drive and where he can go. I think there should be no lines, no borders, no such thing. I think it's just one world, man.
No.
It's just one world.
I disagree
It's
with
one
you.
simple world.
You have the stage, man.
Hey,
No, I don't. I
I
just
think it's
disagree.
one world. I think
We're-
it's just one
we're-
world, and we should be able
agree to
to
disagree.
freely go anywhere in this world. I
You can't
come
have
on.
that.
Why not?
Because you would have no
Why
country.
not?
You
Why
can't
can't
have that.
you know? If I want to go to France, let me go to France. If I want to go here, let me go there. Let me go there. Let me go here. Let me travel. Let me see the world. I mean, what's
But
the
go there legally.
What's legally? What's talking about?
Legal is by the
Illegally,
country.
you took-
Dude,
in other
look at
words,
the
a man
laws for
wrote out
Mexico
something on
and
paper.
abide by them.
You hear me?
can't own
a
property.
man has sat down and wrote something on paper, and he makes it gospel. All of a sudden, it's gospel because they use the word. It's law.
That's
law
a
is
bunch of
man-made,
happy horse shit.
Okay? Law, man-made. Okay,
Look,
man-made.
unfortunately,
Just like
that's-
religion.
That's a utopia world that you live in, Michael. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to
And
happen.
I'm gonna stay in that utopia world.
Right. Utopia.
I want some of that stuff in the parking lot,
Hey, I'll
man.
tell you, I'm gonna change
Yes,
the world.
I-
I'm gonna change the world, and I'm not talking about running for president. I'm gonna change the world.
Right.
I change people's minds, man. You
Right
know?
now, you can quit. You can quit hitting the tabletop,
Yeah.
okay? Because every time you
I
do,
got a heavy arm. For
you
that.
do. Really? Did you use it a lot last night? Ah,
Guns.
guns, baby.
Nice. You got tickets for the show?
Look, you have to have countries defined
Why?
as they are.
Why?
Because that's the way the world works.
No, see,
It
that's
always
not
has
that's
worked
not
that
a
way.
reason.
Turn
It
the
goes-
script
no,
around.
It goes back
Because
to
that's the
biblical
way.
times. If you believe in the Bible and God or whatever religion you believe in, whether it's Buddhist or Taoism or Islam, it goes back to that. It goes back to when we were all running around in cages
Sure.
or caves. That is, hunting down the buffalo because that's how we fed. We didn't have any agriculture yet. It goes back to this is my area and you can't cross it, and that is as far back in human nature that you can possibly go.
Okay.
That's the DNA. So
Okay.
this is just an extension of the human of humanity. It's built into us to have this is where I'm at. And you can't come here unless I want you to come here, or you have something I want and I'll give you something you want. That's just built into the human species.
Sure, but let me.
I want to say something to Michelangelo. Hey, that's the way it is, and that's the way it's gonna be.
Listen, man. All I know is, I mean, if you want to go there, if you want to go there, let's go all the way to the beginning. In the beginning, there was Adam and Eve.
Now, if you believe Adam and Eve were the beginning,
Well, they had to start somewhere,
do you
right?
believe the Big
They
Bang
had
was
to
the
be
beginning?
2 human beings, right?
Do
They
you
had to be
believe the
one
Big
woman
Bang-
and one man. Am I
Do
right?
you believe
yes or
the
no?
Big Bang was the beginning of our universe?
No.
You mean
Okay.
between Adam and
Wasn't
Eve?
there something before the Big Bang, possibly? What was before the Big Bang?
Not the universe.
The universe is existing.
Frogs.
A gangbang.
Spiders.
Now, if we're going to go
Pygmies,
to the
oh my.
beginning and you want to talk about this, that, and the
Why?
other, let's simplify it. And the beginning, according to, Christianity and Catholicism
No, that's
and
if
every
you
other
accept
religion
religion.
that's been man-made and man-written, or whatever the case
For
may
the control
be,
of man.
has been man and woman. And that man, woman had children, obviously. And those kids grew up and they had sex probably with each other. And they had children. And then it goes on and on and
You
on.
can't have two
It goes
people
on in the Bible.
impregnated in the
Doesn't
whole
it tell
world?
you in the Bible the
No,
whole
but
line
that's
of
if
all
you
these
believe the
brothers
Bible
and
to
sisters?
be the word of
this
God.
long line of brothers and sisters, we're all
Do you
related.
believe the
We're
Bible
all
is the word of
connected.
God?
We're all connected. That's irrelevant. We're not
No,
even
it is
talking about that.
relevant,
I'm talking
because
about.
then that has to be the
I'm
beginning.
speaking in simple terms about human race. Human race, man, woman, we all came from the same source. We're all human beings.
And what
and
source
it's only
is
one
that?
race. It's the human race. And no other man is greater than no other man or woman, for that fact. And therefore, when a man or woman decides to play God or try to play the universe or whatever the case may be, you are out of line. You are no better than anyone. No one's better than anyone else. Period. Point blank. Simple. Done.
He had a question for you, though.
Do you believe that God created the human race?
I believe the power of the universe, which to me, I guess, would be God, or for anybody else. But yeah,
Do you
I believe
believe that Adam and Eve were the first Homo sapiens on the earth that
Sure.
could propagate?
absolutely
What happened before them?
nothing.
Where did
God
they
was
come from?
created.
Where did
The
they
world
come
was
from?
created, so the world wasn't here. The universe
So
was
you're
here,
believing
but
in
the
a
world was not
mythological.
here. Earth.
You're believing in a mythological story that was written down 1,000 years after the story.
You know what?
created
There are
itself.
things. There are things that we ain't never gonna know. There are things that we can't explain. That's why they call it faith. You
It's
have to
not a
whatever
myth.
it is that you believe in your heart and soul and spirit. That's what the truth is.
It's not a myth. With just 100
I disagree with that
pounds
last
of
statement.
clay. Gene McDaniel.
Gene McDaniels. That's right. What a great
Another
song.
good old good one.
Another
on the Jesse T Show.
Another topic that we can get into
Nice.
on another
All right,
day.
let's switch gears. Nice.
Absolutely. So we're switching gears.
No, hang on.
What?
On the heels of that, he said, whatever you prescribe to, believe in, or something like that, it's the truth. That is not the truth. It is that person's truth.
Right.
The reality.
Okay, well, I'm
That's
just
true.
clarifying.
Yeah.
It's their truth, not the truth.
And Eve was the first carpenter. She made Adam's banana stand.
Oh,
He
All right, so we're switching gears. Where we going?
Hey, real quick.
Where we
Yeah.
going?
What's going on Saturday night?
Saturday night, big event, ladies and gentlemen. Costume party. We are launching the GoFundMe campaign for Redemption Process, the TV series, which I am the creator of. I'm also the CEO of Mofongo Productions, and we got a lot of celebrities are going to be coming by, and we got a DJ. We have a band, a Mera, 3-piece band. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be, it's going to be some rocking stuff. DJ Mazza from back east, a big DJ here in the LA scene and the underground scene and stuff. So that's gonna be good, and some go-go dancers and stuff. It's gonna be real sexy. It's gonna be a sexy time. I think it's gonna be a
What
lot
are you
of fun.
dressing up as?
I'm still debating, man. So I'm gonna keep it quiet. I'm gonna surprise people.
Okay. Hey, what's happening with you, my friend?
You will not recognize me in this story where I show up anywhere you are there.
Okay.
I will be so spooky. You will not be able to recognize your own vampire reflection. Boo.
That's a good Dracula, man. I like that.
That sounds
I
really good.
am a vampire. I am aided and abetted by black magic. Do not be afraid. I will not harm you. I need your blood. Blood of the living to survive. Igor, you're clutching my side.
Why do you copy my accent, yes?
That was my comeback.
How about you, Big Jesse T?
I'm just going as Jesse T because I'm so pretty. What can I tell you?
Oh, here we go. Jesse T.
The Brown Beauty is on duty. It's Roundup, Wound Up. What a great show. It's good to have the whole crew back.
Yeah, it's
because
great
we get
to
to
be
go
here.
places and have a good time that we just don't have that same chemistry when you're not here, man.
Don't forget Mr. Michaels.
Right.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Michaels.
You
Lee
purple
Michaels.
passion.
Legendary Lee
Who's back,
Michael.
baby?
Yeah.
Purple
The
passion
power of
people.
voice.
Arugula.
So listen, we got anything set up for the aside from Saturday?
The pole
Obviously,
dancers.
the whole crew is going to be there
We're
on
going to be
Saturday,
there.
so that's going to be interesting.
We're going to
So
be
look out for
live.
that, guys.
We're going to be live. We're going to be
My
live.
event.
Is
In the
it
middle of
is
the
it too late to sign up to be a dancer?
night. Hey, it's never too
Can
late.
you do the
baby.
figure eight?
I might be the dancer for
Do
the
the
night.
figure eight, baby. The figure
Anything to get a
eight.
donation
The
these days.
figure eight. The Frederick is doing the figure eight. I like that.
I just gave my stretch mark a blood blister.
My little baby sister can do it.
Oh.
Come on, baby. Do the
Emotion.
A little banana.
Now,
Little Eva.
I know we talked about that. Yeah. You weren't here. Yeah, you
Bats.
yes.
Doo-doo-doo.
What's another one of his great songs? He did like so many.
Ain't that a shame?
Ain't that a shame?
I'm walking to New Orleans.
Huh?
Where was he from?
His mama and daddy.
Louisiana.
New Orleans.
Yeah, he stayed there.
I'm
He never
walking
left.
to New
Okay.
Orleans.
So we got the event happening on Saturday, so we're pushing that up, and the GoFundMe campaign. And Fred just got off a film set. Can you tell us a little bit
Who's
about
Fred?
that? Fredlick.
Oh. I must have my hearing
did.
thing,
talking
new
about
battery
You've
installed
been
in it.
in Florida.
Bet.
That's right.
Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. I flew out of New Orleans.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
All
Went to
right.
Vegas.
Happening.
Guys, there's more losers there. You should see them. They're all happy coming off the plane, and they're all sitting depressed and broke and, shit.
That's why they call it lost wages.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're out of
I
here.
love you all. Great to be back.
Round, round, get around, we get around.
Yeah, get around. Woo! We get around.
Can't sing for shit.
Yes.
That's all, folks.
But that's all, folks.
Facebook.com.
Join us next week.
YouTube Live. Hey, we're on Jesse Torrero, Michelangelo Facebook, Power Voices Facebook, Instagram. There's so many others. Good to have you here. Wound up next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we're going to recap what happened on Saturday night because we're going to have a lot to recap.
And don't forget that spread love, baby.
Spread love. Yeah, we're going to talk to you later. See ya.